I got a tip from Jackson residents. They were up in arms over a landscaping company that bought a horse farm that was bordering their neighborhood and their property. I thought it was just a stinky mulch issue, but after spending some time with them, it turns out it may be much bigger. It may involve political corruption. It may involve violation of township laws as well. So the problem started 3 years ago when residents say that JR Landscaping started processing waste into mulch. It was a violation of their zoning, but it also led to literally 20-foot-high, nauseating piles of solid waste.
The code enforcement officer at that time walked up the driveway and he goes, "Oh my gosh, what do we have going on back here? You can't even walk out our back door. We can't even open our windows. The smell is atrocious."
The zoning board ruled that this company had to stop. They didn't have the clearances to do waste processing, and the residents thought that they had won.
Everything that he was doing, he was not allowed to do. He was told to stop. He didn't stop.
But I was there, and residents showed me that the waste processing started up again, even though there's no indication that the permits have changed or they've gotten permission to do this. They said that they were confused about why the mayor of the town, Michael Renna, has not been more supportive of them.
The mayor walked the property and came back and met with the residents and said, "I see nothing there."
So the mayor walked the property, said that there's nothing wrong, no problem. DEP came out. DEP walked the property. What did the DEP find?
Violations.
They were confused about the mayor's lack of support and until they started going through some Oprah requests, public records requests, and found out that the mayor had at one point worked for the landscaping company, and that obviously raised some red flags.
JR Custom Landscaping got a snowplow contract in Bricktown for snow plowing in the winter, and the mayor, during every single state of emergency, was plowing for JR and Brick.
It's not against the law for the mayor to have contracts with JR Landscaping, but it does raise red flags, and the residents came to us and asked us to continue chasing to find out if they're not getting support because they just lack the merit, or if they're not getting support because there are some political relationships going on.
How bad did it smell?
It didn't smell good. And bear in mind, I was there in the middle of winter, so it was probably 20 degrees there,
summer.
And it wasn't that bad a smell. They told me, and I stood next to it, it was taller than me. They told me during the summer months it's awful.
The C word, corruption, starts to rear its ugly head. Are people pointing the finger and saying there's some shenanigans going on behind the scene, that the mayor was gaining financially, so he looked the other way? What are the allegations, and what did you find? First of all, what did the mayor say?
The mayor is not speaking to us. The only comments the mayor has made on public record is that he investigated this, he didn't see any problems, he now has stepped aside and is going to let the zoning board and other people take care of it going forward.
If the DEP already stepped in to stop them, why didn't they step in again and being like, okay, you got to get out of here? Why wasn't more measures taken to just kick them off the property if what they're doing is illegal?
So I actually spoke to some of the council people there in town, and they feel like there's enough going on that it needs to be investigated, it needs to go to zoning. But that's why people are confused. If it's that obvious to so many, why is it being allowed to go on?